Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the podcast. I'm Michael Petrow, your humble host, and we are supported by Proper Design Works. For all your custom clothing and embroidery needs, head to Proper Design Works today. Whether you need 50 patches, 100 shirts, 70 hats, 400 toques. I'm just going to keep throwing numbers out there. Whether you need en masse orders, bulk clothing that's branded specifically to your taste, Proper Design Works has got you covered, okay? Little item to note, it's cheaper to actually throw your logo on a t-shirt and advertise that way than it is to do Google, right? And you get lost in Google with a cool t-shirt, with a cool logo. People are going to be like, where'd you, can I buy one of those? Where do I get that? We get it at Proper Design Works. If you want to go into the custom clothing side of the business, you're looking for a bespoke tailored pair of jeans, your closet's looking a little empty and you've got a suit that needs some dress shirts, or you just want to design a really funky piece of clothing that says, this is me. They're going to work with you from concept to actually physically hanging it on your frame. And when you get to make a custom piece of clothing, people go, where'd you get that? You get to be like, I made this, motherfucker. And then you get to tell them you made it at Proper Design Works. And thus the circle of branded clothing continues. So whether you need a lot of things or a few things, check out my friends at Proper Design Works on Instagram. That's at Proper Design Works. And when you're ready to place your first order, it is info@properdesignworks.com. We are also supported by Bodegos, a lovely global eatery, a deliciously delectable restaurant in the heart of the Exchange District in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I love going to these guys because I love healthy food and I love food from around the world, and I get both of those things when I go there, okay? Their menu highlights things like old English fish and chips and classic spins on stir fries, flatbread pitas, soups, salads, pita sandwiches. There's something for everybody there, okay? And it's in the Exchange District, which if you're rolling through town and you've never been and you're listening to this now, or you're from Winnipeg, you know how much character is in that area. So when you're done, or when you're planning, I should say, your Friday night, make Bodegos your next destination, because there's like 100 things to do in the Exchange District after. Go for some after dinner drinks, maybe go to the Cinematheque movie theater, check out a local movie that's playing. You do you, but next time you're doing something and it involves eating, please go check out Bodegos. www.bodegos.com, 211 Bannatyne in the Exchange District. Thanks, guys. This week on the show, Jimmy Skinner, myself, and our new friend, Cory Thomas from Ninja Cat Productions. He is a gentleman who is working with us to put on our cult movie nights, which, ta-da, we have another cult movie night to present to you. Cult movie night number 2 is Cemetery Man, the 1994 cult classic starring Rupert Everett and a bunch of Italian actors and actresses who I know I mispronounced their names. In short, the story is about a grave digger, not a robber, grave digger, who can't keep the dead down. They keep popping up a week later, and he's got to put them back in their coffin. It's funny, it's cute, it's sexy, it's weird. It's all the things that you want in a cult classic, specifically in a weird zombie movie. A couple things to note. We had to ask the staff at the theater to turn down the music just because we don't want to get our asses sued. And 2, my mom decided to bomb the podcast. I knew she was coming to the movie to support the whole show, but she decided to step up to the mic and say a few things. So that's what you're in for today, live from the Park Theater, Cult Movie Night number 2. Besides that, I got nothing else for you. If you want to track the show, at Real Debaters on Twitter and Instagram. The email address is thereeldebaters@gmail.com. And our website, realdebaters.podbean.com. That's it. That's all. That's all the housekeeping. I know you want to hear more, but I'll just cue the reel, and you enjoy the show.
Well, we've sold 500 tickets, but
So that's all.
we can only do 100 in there per show right now with spacing. Yeah.
But you know what's fun to, you know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about the fucking movie you picked for tonight.
Yeah. Is this going?
It's been going, but don't worry. The magic of podcasting will take effect here.
All right.
I don't know why that's my magic noise. The new voice you're hearing, the voice that isn't Mark, is Cory Thomas, who I met. We thanked you on the episode that we were last time when we were for Zombie and you weren't here, and that totally, we were heartbroken. I wanted to
That was when my wife fell down the stairs.
I know. Yeah. I wasn't going to say that, but okay, that's when your wife fell down the stairs. Is she feeling better?
Well, that was the thing. She fell down the stairs, and then they had to put her in physio, and physio is every Monday. in Corydon. So my movies are on Mondays.
Yeah.
So
That's the worst.
yeah,
Okay. I can
See, I'm lucky. I spend a lot of my time falling up the stairs.
there you go.
So yeah. I just sorry, I just showed up.
I was
for that
always
joke.
picturing it falling upstairs.
Cory, I have one slight concern. Do you think they could turn the music down just a bit?
Yeah.
Not for loudness, just for copyright. Like I don't. We're live, so the whole purpose of that is.
We
is
can't even
cool.
say Disney. Like Michael has to go in and bleep that now.
Yeah, I have to put a thing over that. Yeah, that's okay.
Hey, Melinda, could you ask Ian just to maybe pull down this speaker if possible?
Just a wee bit.
Is that possible, Ian? Even just this one, if possible, if you have the way to left-right it.
Yeah, pan that shit. I just learned what pan is. We got a new board,
Oh.
so I'm.
It's fancy.
Cory, do you know boards? I'm guessing. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, I'm a
little-
drummer, so
Okay, so
only
you-
some things.
Okay, I might have some questions for you after the show.
All right.
But anyways, okay, so the point of what I was talking about was that the last time we were here, we wanted you to be here. Your wife fell down the stairs. Physio gets in the way. That's obviously more important than cult movie night. But you are the reason we get to do these here from now on. And I just wanted to thank you personally
Oh, my pleasure. I
for
mean,
being like, yes, you can come. I don't know you, but you can come podcast in our lobby during movie nights. And
when you
help.
approached me on it, I was just as excited.
I know you were. And
Yeah.
I walked out of here and I was like, I was on fire, man.
Me and
I
my
was
brother,
skipping down the streets.
We wanted to do something like this for a long time, but didn't have the means
Yeah.
to do it and where to start. And you came to me and I was like, oh, perfect. This is awesome.
And that's the really
Planets
cool.
aligned.
Yeah,
Match made in heaven.
Yeah.
that's the cool thing to me and Jimmy are finding about this is that movies always somehow find like you have a home, right? You can be a vagabond, but you can find so like at a cult movie night is a perfect place for a local podcast to sit and chew the fat about the history of cult movies and whatnot. So, but you are the reason we're here tonight, and you picked this movie that me and Jimmy. Did you know about
You watched
Jimmy?
it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've seen it.
Yeah.
I did not know much about it before you suggested it to us, and I enjoyed myself, man.
I love it. Yeah, you see this little sticker on it? Rare.
Well, I want
Got that
Cory,
at Comic-Con.
because this is your first time on the show. I want you to give us a rough idea of what the fuck this movie's about. Tell the people what the hell we're about to watch tonight.
Cemetery Man, starring Rupert Everett. And he does a fantastic job, I would
Oh,
say.
yeah.
Oh, he's. I actually have one of my notes that I'm going to bring up here is I actually said he brought a little bit of Shakespeare to the zombie realm, which
He's a serious
he's
actor.
serious. No, he doesn't fuck around.
He's got chops.
He does.
He's got the chops.
Yeah, but like, and I like how even in this he can work with the goofiness of it too, the Shaun of the Deadness vibe of it, sort of.
This is Shaun of the Dead before Shaun of the Dead was even an afterthought. Like,
Yeah, because it's kind of goofy,
yeah,
but it's still awesome. Like it's got some good deaths. It's got some.
It's funny, but it doesn't take you out of it.
Yeah, and it's still dark. It's still gloomy. Like he lives in that shack in the cemetery with like you can see through the floor. You can see Nagi in
Well,
the
that's how
floor
they
and
communicate.
eating his spaghetti with it. Looks
With like garlic toast, maybe.
yeah, something. I can't eat and watch Nagi eat. I'll lose my appetite.
When he's eating like what was it, the soup, and he's
Yeah.
just spilling like
It's
no,
all
come
over the ring
on,
around his face.
my guy. I just want to clean him up.
I want to talk about Nagi in so many different ways, but I kind of want to dissect this movie in a couple different ways here, and just for specs for everybody else. If you've never seen Cemetery Man, it is starring Rupert Everett, Francois, Hadji-Lazaro, which is Nagi, and Anna Falchi, which was she and like two other characters in the movie.
Yeah.
She ends up coming back as the mayor's assistant at some point later in the movie.
Sure, she's married to the old man,
Yeah.
who she says is very good in bed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
He's great in
He's
bed.
a fan-
She makes that
Fantastic lover.
very clear.
Yeah.
That's what she leads about him. Like that's the most important thing about his
Yep.
personality. Good for him.
And I love when it shows his tombstone
Yeah.
smiling.
Imagine how much that cost.
Yeah.
Get your chiseled smile into your tombstone. Wow.
Let me get through this, guys, before you crack me up here. Directed by Michele Soavi. It was produced by Tolda Corsi, Giovanni Romelli, and Sauvier, based on the novel Della Morte dell'Amore
Oh, he does say that.
He does. It's an international co-production between Italy, France, and Germany. Its initial release date, March 25th, 1994, on a $4 million budget. Now,
Yeah, tiny.
Very tiny. And they got away with a lot, which we're going to get
Solid
into
effects.
here. Yeah, very much so. But the plot basically is something that's causing the dead to rise from their graves as flesh-eating zombies, and the cemetery custodian Francesco Della Morte, Rupert Everett, grows tired of killing them for a second time. Basic,
remember-
easy premise, I think.
Like
possibly.
you were saying Della More. That's what it was called in Italy too.
So they just Americanized it.
Yeah, so that is the
Yeah.
Italian title. You're totally right about that.
That sounds about
Like if you
right,
look
yeah.
at inside, it's got the cover.
We have a
that's
DVD
it.
copy here, by the way.
Yeah.
We do. We have your DVD copy.
Yeah,
This
this was $50 at a Comic-Con used,
Well,
and I
you
was like,
saved
I'll take
us.
it.
I tried to find this everywhere, and it was
It's impossible.
It is impossible to find. So thank you very much.
No,
They're
you
for a
made
treat.
you made research a lot easier because we were just going to storyboard the shit out of this between the two of us, sending texts back and forth. What do you think happens next based on Wikipedia? It says this. Is this factual? Anyways, okay. So let's start with the story of this. Like it's ridiculous in the two lines that I've just explained. It is
Now-
like the dead keep coming back to life, and he has to
So-
put them out just one more time.
I could be
Yeah.
wrong, but I don't think they didn't touch on what's bringing the dead back to life.
Not
right?
one
No.
bit.
I like that.
I
like
do
that
too.
very much because that's the old Night of the Living Dead idea, right? They're just doing it. No one ever
it just
knows why.
happened.
Night
it
of the
just
Living
fucking
Dead drops
happens.
hints,
Right.
but they never pinpoint it.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
like that.
In this one, they never say why.
Good. I
But,
like
like-
that the mystery.
I watched an interview with Rupert Everett today, and he said something along the lines of, because he was getting really deep into this movie when he's talking about
You
it.
can
but
tell, man. Me and Michael agreed. He gives it 110% the
Yeah.
whole fucking
He
time.
really
and
throws
it is
himself into it.
appreciated.
all the bad things are happening around him when it comes to some of the bad
But
parts
he's
about this
saying
movie, but it's not
him living in the cemetery is him. He's like the barrier between the dark world and
good
the real
and
world.
evil.
Yeah,
Oh, we're getting metaphor now.
yeah, and that's what he was saying. I was like, oh, okay, Rupert. Yeah.
He had a good time.
He's
Yeah.
raw, ushering the dead to another. Like they die, but then he has to carry them. Pay the shipmaster the token or whatever Greek
Yeah.
bullshit fantasy I'm pulling out my ass as I speak. For a bringing back of the dead, it is not traditional in any sense. Agree or disagree, Cory?
The way they do it in this.
The way they do it in this has, to me, and maybe because you own a $50 copy used of this DVD, so right there I'm going fan.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. so with that in mind, I went into this going, like, I saw the back of the cover, which was cool because it was a DVD, right? So you were like, you have an image already set.
What's on the back?
As soon as
Oh yeah.
I stopped looking at this movie as something to take seriously. As soon as the first one walks in, he just pulls the gun up and shoots him, and then carries back.
It's all
on the phone.
nonchalant.
Yeah, it's so and I was like, okay, I know.
Great shot.
So in that regard, even Army of Darkness, which is super campy and bringing out of the dead zombie movie, that even had a bit of fear factor to it. But I wasn't afraid of this at all.
No, I mean maybe if I was like 8 or 9. I used
Yeah.
to get afraid of the Crypt Keeper on Tales from the Crypt when I was 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a spooky guy.
Yeah.
He's a spooky
I
guy.
get
Oh,
that.
Large Marge and Pee-wee's Big Adventure scared me when I was a kid.
Large Mark.
Yeah. That scene?
She scared Pee Wee then too.
I think we were all scared, Cory. I'm gonna get up in there too. Some of the weird things that happened pretty quick in the story that me and Jimmy were talking about that we didn't understand. First of all, how impotency just shows its ugly face. Like how the cop says to him, "Well, it can't be you. You didn't kill her."
It's like a
because-"
neighborhood known thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole place, and then they make fun of him for it.
Maybe that's why he works at the graveyard.
Yeah.
Like I was a little. That just to me was like, why?
Do you think
I
that's
literally
like
just
maybe
said
that's
why.
a metaphor itself for the dead coming back to life? Am I just? We smoked a big old joint before we did this. So.
yeah. We might be taking this a little too. We might be going a little too metaphor and literal on this. What did you think of the story overall, Jimmy? Like, how did it present itself to you?
Well, it definitely didn't go the way that I thought it would go, but in a good way. You know what I mean? Like it. So maybe I'm going I'm getting too far into the story before we get there.
No, that's
but,
fine.
When the motorcycle crash happens with the bus and the scouts and whatever, I thought the rest of the movie was going to be them having to fight off the scouts.
Oh, you thought that's where the plot kicked in?
Yeah, I thought that was, okay, this is going to be the rest of the story. Like, they don't know what's going to happen. They're all slowly going to start rising from the dead, and that didn't happen. But I like the way that they went anyways.
I'm going to touch on something you just said. What about that kill scene?
Oh, with the
Claudio and the mayor's daughter.
with the bus
Fantastic,
running them over.
yeah.
Oh, it was excellent. It
The
was
lobbing
practical.
off of the head. Okay, here's the. I'm gonna stop you for a second here, guys. This is the best part because my mother just walked in.
Hello.
So that's my mother right here, and this is. There's a microphone right there if you want to talk into it. No, you're not gonna. I'm just gonna mention that you're here and you're not gonna say anything.
Hello.
There she is.
That just made your show.
Yeah. Well, the only other time I had her on a recording when I was testing a call to see if I could edit it somehow. So me and my mom were on, and I was like, "Can you hear me?" And it was no, hello, and it was just hello, 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 hello.
So this is all your paraphernalia?
Yes, this is all my stuff, Mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to watch Cemetery Man today?
Yeah, that's why she came.
Oh, I thought it was zombies.
Yeah, no, it is.
In lines or
Just
something.
I kind of
That's
gave
just
her
a
an
summary.
I just gave her an abridged version. I was like, tits, zombies, and cemeteries.
Yeah.
Yep.
And her response was zombie porn. So-
We're going to give it a shot.
Yeah, no,
Jamie likes movies like that. I myself,
Oh, perfect.
You know,
It's
I
got
think
character.
We're going to give it a shot.
Okay, you can talk closer to the microphone if you want. That's,
We're going to give it a shot.
there you go. There you go. Who says you can't teach 65-year-olds how to podcast, right?
Love it. Love it.
You're not supposed to skip age. No.
If you can tell the bartender that I'm paying for both of your movies,
Okay.
just let her know it's on my tab, and then get whatever you want to drink.
We just go in
a
there and
good
find a
son.
place to sit?
Yeah, you just go in there and sit. Yeah, this has gone off the fucking railroad. I knew as soon as she was walking in. I was
Rush
like, we're
seating.
gonna- Yeah, totally. Anyways, so everybody, that's my mom.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Take a picture, okay?
You keep.
I wish my mom would come watch a horror movie.
I feel so naked right now.
My mom would never come watch Cemetery.
I know
Man.
it's supportive.
My mom's like, "When's Grease playing?" Yeah.
My mom would come if you guys like showed reruns of Law and Order. Is that a night here?
Oh man.
Oh,
Law and Order.
this is what happened every day at the beginning of every school year. This
Oh.
bullshit picture stuff that she just.
And
yeah.
you look the same since childhood.
Yeah.
Beard and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
One day a year.
Yeah, I know. now I'm being scolded on my own show.
You
This is-
deserve it.
I do. I totally do. Okay, I'm going to go back to doing what we're doing here, and I'll come talk to you in a bit. Love you, Mom.
Love you too.
Very nice to meet you,
Names.
Corey.
Corey
Sorry, hi,
and,
to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Jimmy.
and Jimmy.
Nice
And
to meet you,
Jamie.
Jamie.
We'll see you in there. You're in for a treat.
Aw.
Okay, so
Where were we?
Woosah. Woosah. Where the hell were we? We were talking about the beheading of
Right.
the mayor's daughter as a
Yeah.
pivotal point in the movie for you, Jimmy. That's where we were.
It was just nice, you know. It was nice, practical effects. It's what the people came to see, and
Yeah.
it was. I honestly didn't see it coming at all.
No.
Didn't expect a crash to
What
happen
about
right there.
Nagi puking on her first?
Yes. Weird things that make no sense in the movie. Go
Yeah.
on.
Like, I was not when I first saw it. I was like, he's not gonna puke. He's not gonna.
You know, he was drooling, and I was a little worried there.
Yeah. And then blah.
Oh my God, that was.
And
but
she seemed flattered by
She was like,
that.
"Oh, it's okay. He's so cute."
I like shy boys.
How about buy him for me, Daddy?
Yeah.
Like, this is still 1993, right?
Yeah,
Buy
like-
him for me.
But in Italy. In Italy.
Yeah, we're like, they play it hard and loose with the morals,
Yeah.
right? Whatever. Love you, Italy. Whenever you listen.
Whenever you start.
But these were things that like when another thing with Valentina, the daughter, and I've never been so attached to a set of characters before, Corey. I can't believe I'm remembering their names so
That's
perfectly.
impressive.
So Valentina and Claudio go on their little bike ride, but when she gets puked on, she looks up and Claudio's like, "Yo, hey," and
Hey.
hey.
She takes off with him on the bike with the puke on her.
Yeah, but she says, "That fat man puked on me," and he says something I couldn't understand, and she was like, "I knew you'd understand." Understand what? What the fuck is there to understand at that point?
You know,
Yeah.
it's.
But these are my point is these are just things that
hold on.
took hard rights and lefts from.
Have you yourself ever been puked on?
Never.
Never.
Yes.
Do you think you'd react? Oh, sorry. Well, Corey, do you think you'd react the same way?
I would puke myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Fair enough.
Michael, you've been puked on. How did you react?
I moved.
Like cities? Just had to get the fuck out of there.
Like postal codes.
He was like, "Mom, buy him for me."
Oh, but like those were, and like I love the fact that it was, you know, Dr. Jekyll, not Dr. Jekyll, but Dr. Frankenstein and who's his
Igor.
Igor, yeah, thank you. That's kind of how it was with Francesco and Nagi, right? Like he was like, you're weighing me down here, buddy, but at least you can.
Do you think they've known each other for a long time? Like, what do you think their relationship is?
I think Nagi worked in the cemetery.
Before him, maybe?
Yeah.
Huh. Like
So
he's
I
always
think.
been there?
I guess he's the little dude in the
He was
basement.
born in the
Yeah.
cemetery.
Yeah, totally.
Even when they go into that crypt, even, I'm like, is someone maintaining this crypt?
Crypt.
Where he
his-
makes out with the girl with the red sash.
Well, no,
in
because there were
between
just
them.
bodies everywhere. But
Yeah.
I think we might have a copyright issue right now.
Yeah, we may have a copyright issue going on. Could you just that lovely.
Oh, it's because it's part of the movie thing. You want me to ask
Oh
him again?
no, you know what?
Do you think we could close this door?
Yeah, I think so. And just let them in each time.
It's a door. It closes. Jimmy to the rescue on the door. Okay, but we.
Legs picks it all up.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. And it's not because of volume. It's just because of copyright. We don't have enough money
Yeah.
to take on the band. Should they be upset about it? So
Should they choose to
Well,
sue this small
I don't think
Canadian
that
podcast?
band can sue you. We did a show for them 18 years ago, and there was 18 people there
Okay.
at Flock of
Oof.
Seagulls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but they might need to sue us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
If they don't have a lot, they probably would like ours.
Yes. Take it down the real debaters.
And it's not a lot.
We'll
It's a
show them.
podcasting kit and some T-shirts. Okay, I think this is the most fun I've had on a railroad podcast ever. By the way, mother bombed, right?
Yeah.
Like
That's where it got kicked up.
I got mom bombed for sure. Okay, so all in all, though, like it's not the bringing back of the dead movie you expect, but it's kind of the bringing back dead movie you didn't think you wanted, but
Like Batman.
like Batman. Yes, all things being equal, back to Batman.
No,
but
I agree.
let's get into more about what makes this a bringing back the dead. So the zombie aspect to it, right?
Yeah, and the thing is there's so many zombie movies that are exactly the same.
Yes.
And I'm a big zombie fan of zombie genre. And
Are you a fast zombies guy or a slow zombies
I love
guy?
them all.
You love them all?
Yes.
You love all zombies?
Like when I was a kid, I loved Return of the Living Dead. They run in Return of the Living Dead.
Mhm.
But a movie like the remake of Dawn of the Dead, that was a bit much. I didn't really care for those type of zombies. But George Romero, I love him, and he says zombies shouldn't run. But I still like some running zombies.
I think you may be right, though. All zombies are good zombies.
we-
I watched a Wicked movie today called Ahead, I think it was called, on Netflix. It was a Korean zombie movie.
Oh, is that the one where he's trapped in his apartment?
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to watch
It was
that.
killer.
Was
Oh.
it?
And those are running zombies.
Yeah.
And
Can we just not all get along and meet at a brisk pace, like a
We're jogging
light
zombies.
yeah, can we jog?
A power walking zombie.
Can we mall walk?
a rocket zombie. But I do love them all. But some zombie movies really annoy me, and there's a lot where I'm skipping through online like nope. But this one is its own movie for zombies. There's
Yeah.
none other like this one in the terms of how it went with the recipe to make their zombie movie, and that's what I love about this one.
Well, and they play a little fast and loose with the rules sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah.
they take the mayor's daughter's head out of the coffin and she's just able to speak.
Yep. And then when he's
she's
singing his little
self-aware.
song, doo-doo-doo-doo, and
She's
her head's on
following
the
him
ground. Yeah, I love that scene.
I enjoyed it. Just a little strange. Little strange zombie.
Doesn't she eat her dad?
She
when
does.
It comes to
Yes.
Nagi's thing, yeah, and she flies at him. Yeah, it's awesome.
Honey,
awesome.
why are you on the TV?
Yeah.
like and some of the lines too, like when he meets Anna Falchi's character, which I mean, no fault of her own. Like this was a role that was designed to have a very pretty face in it. Like they weren't
Yeah.
asking much of her.
We could not play it.
no.
She does a good job.
She does a good job. She's actually the Cindy Crawford of Italy. Like that's her.
Oh,
that's,
for
that's-
real?
For real, yeah. That's what I
Wow.
found out about researching this. Yeah, so
So she's a big star out there.
she was a big a Norwegian. I think
Wow.
is where she was born. I don't know if that.
Norway?
She was born in
She was
Norwegian.
born in Norwegia.
Yeah, Norwegian. She was born in a language. But yeah, so like she was a big name for the European release.
I'm surprised she would do a movie like with a $4 million budget, like you said, if she's this big star out there.
Well, it's also probably her getting into acting.
Ooh.
So you can't, like anything, right? You can't get Christian Bale money when you're just stepping on the lot for the first time.
How well did this do internationally?
I don't think it did very well. I think it's caught a cult status over the last 20 some years, but
well, like you bring up a really good point because it's kind of why we're here. What, like we can break to this now because this is all over the place. So, like, actually no, I want to follow up on what you said about the zombie thing before we go down that route for cult status. When you say Fast and Loose, Jimmy, they did not play with, like, these zombies had a personality, right? They came back to life. Like Claudio got on the bike,
yeah,
and revved
his
to
bike,
life.
like, still, is his bike also a zombie?
yeah.
It almost was. Like, it looked like it had been zombified.
Like, that's so good.
Yeah.
And like, just the nun that gets its face smashed in during Nagi's like barrage in his basement dwelling. That's a man, I think. First of all,
I think
nun?
it is.
Is
Yeah,
it? Yeah,
I think
the
it's a man. Yeah.
But like that pile of, like, it was just like they didn't turn the face, they didn't cave in the crater of the face. It just kept getting like ringed down one smush at a time.
That's an unfortunate effect, probably.
Like, it just looked like a slinky pushed to like.
Like, why is it retracting? They
Yeah.
because they couldn't. They probably didn't have the budget to make multiple. So it was just easier to have the one that would retract. That would be my guess.
That's pretty close to home. I'm gonna
Look at the big skeleton thing when it's talking to him. You're like, okay, there's no budget there.
Oh,
It's all,
there's 5 guys.
are you listening to me?
Where are you gonna go?
Yeah.
Maybe you should start killing the living.
Its mouth is just up and down. Like, I'm going to let that slide.
Yeah, no,
But see, even things like that didn't take me out of the moment. Like, it didn't
Nope.
take me out of the movie at all.
I wouldn't change any of it.
No.
I love it all. Yep.
Shauna watched the second half with me because I started Saturday night, and then got sidetracked by finding out Interstellar was on Netflix. So I was like, let's go back through time, watch Matthew McConaughey cry. And
I like that movie, though.
I love Interstellar.
Yeah. I like a good space movie.
I love movies big and small.
Yeah.
That's our new catchphrase. We love movies big and small.
Tonight's the small one.
But it still does the job.
Big heart.
But it's got a lot of heart, and it's like, okay, if everybody's making murderous zombies when they come back, let's make comedic zombies when they come back, but look just as menacing as real angry zombies. I thought that was cool, and that's where a lot of the script and all that stuff was changing. But this cult thing you mentioned about Cory, so this is what I found about this, and I feel that the more you can find online grounds a movie in cult status. If people are still talking about it, if there's chat rooms that have saved information, if there's comment feeds that are still happening over the years,
It's got that fan base
if
keeping it
Cinema
going.
Blend and Screen Rant and Looper are popping up these articles, like, I mean, nothing about this 1994 classic really was easy to find, but so it's based on a comic book character, actually.
Yep.
You know this?
Okay.
What's it called?
Danny De La Muerte.
No,
that'd be
Dylan
sick.
Dog.
Dylan, there you go.
So-
I knew it was a D name.
But here's what's interesting about it. So, based on the comic book character played by both Brandon Routh and Rupert Everett, the answer is Dylan Dog, a paranormal investigator who protects the Earth from invading other dimensional demons and other creatures,
Goddamn.
and the star of a popular
That's how
long-running
he's
Italian
like the
comic book series.
Guardian at the cemetery between the two worlds.
But here's the thing: the movie is based off the comic book Cemetery Man, which then the show that Brandon Routh did the movie that Brandon Routh did is based on a better make of Cemetery Man.
Yeah, they made this right after, almost like an homage to it.
It was done in 2008.
Yeah, Rupert Everett said he knew about that.
Yeah.
And he said he loved it. And he said he credits that to keeping the movie's fame going.
Yeah,
with its
like,
fans.
There's so that right there where there's this obscure connection between the actor who's playing a role and then a comic book, like the levels that's kind of playing in. I kind of give that a stamp as it might not have Rocky Horror Picture Show up just as your favorite character themes to it, but it's got a fan base.
Right. Do you guys think this is something that should be remade now?
No.
No,
No,
never
no,
again.
no, I think
is
it
it a
should
never
be.
again type
Never again.
situation? Okay.
A lot of them are
Because-
never agains for me. I do love some remakes. I do. But I wouldn't want to see this remade again.
No.
No.
But and it's also
How could you do it any better?
You couldn't because I
I
think
don't think the acting could be like it would never be up to par with Rupert Everett and the effort that he gave.
Yeah. Like, there's that Night of the Living Dead remake that Tom Savini did. I love it. I
Yeah.
actually might like it more than the original. I know it's blasphemy to
that's-
say that,
So
but I love
could
it.
happen, but you
Yeah.
just never.
didn't-
You'd rather not take the risk.
Yeah, this one I think is leave it as it is. I think it's perfect.
He's putting the DVD to rest.
Yeah.
well, and it's also like it was made during a time where they knew they were making something different than what was normally being handed out.
They knew it wasn't going to be a big hit.
That's about timing, right? That's
Yeah.
wiggling your way in between a popularity of a genre and a character, and knowing right now we could get away with a kind of a parody, a silliness, a campiness to it that normally is acceptable, where this is like, no, we're showing you how campy we can actually be.
I know there's a lot of zombie movies coming out now that I see on Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever as I'm scrolling through, and I don't even give them a chance because I could tell it's a type of campiness that's going on right now in some zombie movies that I just know I won't like it. Like, I'm just like, this is going to be crap. Yeah, I'm always looking for that next unknown movie, but it's hard to find them lately. Yeah.
It's Netflix tries to do what they can with indie movies, and it's just
Every now and then they surprise me,
yeah. But I'm with you. It's sometimes
especially
it can
for
be hard
zombie
to find.
movies. Since Walking Dead came, it's just been an avalanche of garbage. Like
You mean
lot that I don't
people
like.
talking and then sometimes zombies show up?
Yeah, just like, here we are again.
Zombies were a sub character. They
Not
weren't
even like a B character.
I'm a ridiculously big zombie fan. And me and my brother used to always talk about it. I always used to say, man, it'd be so awesome if zombie movies became
Mainstream
like popular.
again?
Yeah, and now they have,
Walking
and I
Dead
hate
did it.
myself for it. Yeah, I mean,
mainstream or just allowable but allowable without criticism.
well, the reason I couldn't wait for zombie movies to be successful again is because when George Romero did the last one, he did Day of the Dead, and then he didn't do The Land of the Dead until, what was that, 2000 something. And so I waited a long time for that to come out, and I couldn't wait. And when it came out, I went to see Land of the Dead, and it bombed. Did really bad. Didn't even bring in $10 million. Pathetic. And yeah, and I was like, what the hell? This should be huge. This is George Romero's 4th installment of the zombie movies. And
just a timing thing.
I don't know. And then he kept trying. He kept releasing. Oh, my God.
Beating that dead horse.
Yep. He released like another 4 after that, and they just got worse.
Sorry,
and worse
he's eating
worse.
that dead horse.
Yeah.
There we go.
5 of them are eating.
You know what?
dead horse.
I edited out, so I said that the first time.
Okay.
That's how
Make
this
me
works.
funnier. The killing scenes in this were deliciously gruesome, but really easy to watch. Like when the 3 Boy Scouts come off the funeral bus brigade, and there's that one shot that he nails it. It almost takes out like a perfect quarter of it. Did you catch that? It's
Yeah, like a triangle of
like
his
a
head.
triangle measured shape to the head. I was like,
Yeah.
that's new. What kind of gun is this? Is gun shoot shapes?
Yeah.
Even like the first couple zombie kills were pretty good, though.
Cross in the mouth.
I like they stick to the lore, kill the brain, kill the ghoul.
Yeah.
They do, yeah.
Yeah. Even and he narrates it too, so in case you're like, just so you know, we're not stepping too far outside of the zombie realm. 1 gunshot bullet to the head will kill this thing.
And what a shot Rupert has.
No kidding.
Yeah, he's a great shot.
Fucking
I don't
quick
think
draw.
He's
does he
calm the
miss?
whole time.
Oh yeah, well he's been doing this for how long? Because again, it brings back to him and Nagi's relationship, but I don't know how long he's been doing
Yeah,
this
they
for.
never let on.
With his shot and his descent into madness, I'd say he's been doing this for quite a while.
Yeah, quite a while.
When you're so used to the door just opening and you're like, oh, bang, right?
Yeah, he's talking on the phone.
Yeah.
He just got out of the shower.
Yeah.
And he
Pops
just
one.
back to the phone. Yeah, okay.
Now, as anybody knows, any good zombie movie has 1 or 7 gratuitous sex scenes in it. Said by
But
nobody ever.
none with a red cloth between them.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I would kiss her with a red cloth in the middle.
I'd feel hurt. She demanded that. I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh man.
That
I'd
would-
still do it.
Yeah, he was like, I'm still doing this. Yeah.
I'm hurt, but
I don't
I
think any of-
understand.
yeah.
And when she comes back as a corpse, he's like, I'm still doing this.
You know what?
Yeah,
And
right.
you know, that's love.
Yeah.
love,
I think we all learned something here today.
yeah, love. Or,
Cemetery
you know,
Man teaches us a lot.
I mean, that love or lust. What? There's a fine line. There was a lot of like bringing in the sex just never felt timed right to me. Like the impotence joke about how it can't be you, and then
What
how
about you?
you know, and then when
Rubbing
she,
it in.
He's
when
the worst
she-
policeman ever.
Just
Yeah.
why does the whole town fucking know?
Yeah. How does the whole town
Who
know?
told you?
Yeah, that made zero sense. That was his like jump to figure out gotcha buddy.
Can't be
line.
you, yeah.
Can't be you. It's got to be the other guys with the not impotent dick.
Yeah.
But okay, so we have that, right? That's kind of where it starts. And then the sex on top of the grave. I mean, I'm sure somewhere in China, people get off on this stuff, like
Yeah.
you know, just and only because there's a lot of people there, not because they're weird, and just the odds. It's the law
there,
of
yep,
averages.
yep.
So cover that. So it just felt poorly timed to me. It was funny. But it was like, there's no need to have gratuitous, like, maybe bring her inside your shack, right? Like, but like sex on the grave.
Yeah, on the grave. And her husband's face changes on the tombstone. He's all,
I don't know if I'd be able to do it.
yeah.
I don't know if I'd have it in me, guys.
No, I don't. There's just, I mean, it's not that I feel that I'd be doing, well, no, I'd be doing something wrong, but there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Sex on a grave is wrong. You heard it here first. So.
I mean, if it's my grave, go for it,
Oh,
kids.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say go for it. But
I give it 32.
But
Not for
then-
me.
Okay, did anybody else catch like the weird fingering of the coffin hole when the
Yeah, I
husband,
did. When
Right,
he's
like
getting
that was
out.
oddly sexual too.
In his coffin, he's like fingering his way out of the grave.
because he's trying to get to his wife. Like there's just there was these innuendos that would work great, but just were like they were on the 3 and the 1 count, not the 2 and the 4 count.
Ah, yeah. Little curveball.
You know, and that's just me, and maybe I don't like my tits served with a side of Claudio on a motorcycle riding a fucking zombie bike. But
You love Claudio.
I love the uselessness of these additions
Yeah.
that made zero sense. Like, okay, so then another prime example, guys, call me out here. So she, right, Falchi's character dies the first time, comes back, he shoots her again. Then she comes back as a different character altogether that we're supposed to be like, okay, fine, this is the mayor's assistant. And she's afraid of penises, from my understanding, right?
Been there.
So he gets the shot.
So he wants to get
My
it chopped
God.
off.
Yeah.
Jimmy made a
And
comment
it's like
about
this
that
big,
earlier.
it's big, massive
Most
needle.
unnecessarily big needle I've ever seen in my life.
It's as long
Yeah,
as your
it's
torso.
scary.
Oh my God.
It was ridiculous.
Scarier than the zombies.
That was,
God.
Yeah.
but again,
And because you know where it's going and what it's going to do.
I don't think I do know where it's going.
It's almost like why?
Yeah.
Like, why does impotency have a home in a zombie movie?
So hold on. Was that needle to re-impetize him?
Yes.
Okay.
The needle was in place
Because
of
she's
the
afraid
chopping.
of
Penis
wieners,
injury.
yeah.
Yeah, she's swangs. Yeah.
So he gets that, and then she's like, "No, I'm fine." And then he regrets getting that.
Oh,
surgery.
it totally. Yeah, because then she ends up sleeping with. Do you remember that scene where she's like, "I thought it was rape, but then we did it again and we made up and it
My
was okay."
God.
I was like, "Really, really? That's actually being said?" Where you were like, "I thought I was raped, but everything's okay now."
It's all good.
That's not
Don't worry about it.
not gonna. But
We should worry about it.
well, you should definitely worry about it. But the other kind of questionably, like, I don't know how to be okay with Nagi and his problems.
I'm not sure because he's like, spoiler alert, end of the movie. He speaks like a full sentence. He has to be taken home,
He
right?
surprises you in
he's-
the end, yeah.
Right, like so he's been smart. Like not well, he's smart in his own ways, but he's been able to speak this whole time. He just chooses not to, and I kind of like
Yeah.
that.
Which at the end you find out that it was just exactly. It was what? Like,
He
what
just
bro-
doesn't want to. Frankly,
Yeah,
I don't
he's
blame him.
just-
Everyone's just insulting him the whole time, asking
Just
if
lets
they
Claudio
can buy
take care of
him.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
except for the nice old lady who calls him cutie.
Yeah.
She's nice.
She visits the graveyard every single
Every
day.
day.
Yeah.
Good on her.
No,
You know,
he's.
it
I love when
gives-
he's raking the leaves and they blow away. And
He
he's so
hates when
cute.
they blow away.
Yeah.
he hates when they play.
Oh no, okay.
He's an actual French folk musician now. The guy
Really?
who plays him, yeah, Francois, whatever.
cool.
Yeah, I found out about that. He became a producer and mostly a musician in a couple different bands. I think he plays the lute actually.
The lute.
Yeah.
What
Who
was he
plays the
playing in
lute?
the movie? What was that? Yeah.
The recorder?
It's just a recorder.
Recorder.
I can't remember. It's like a little wooden flute or something.
Just
like
playing
that.
hot cross buns. No, it wasn't a pan flute, was it?
Was
Like,
it like,
something Zelda would play?
I don't know. It's got the head to dance to it. And
was it the whistle?
oh, he does a. Doesn't he have the little violin too?
Was it the whistle that Mario takes to go to the new warp world?
I
Is
think
that-
so.
Yeah.
I love that. He's like the snake charmer, but with the head. He's really good.
That's one of
it's-
my favorite scenes.
It really is.
Makes me laugh every single time. It never gets old.
Well, and then
Yeah.
like there's exchanges where like Nagi leans in for a kiss and she leans back.
His pucker lips are great too.
Oh,
Yeah.
but she leans back and then she was like, "Well, you should go for what you want." It's not like I
I'm
can
not
fight
into
back.
this, but let's do it
yeah,
anyways.
like I can't fight back. She's aware that she's not only a zombie, but she has no body. Like that, and that's the obscurity that
She could have bitten his tongue.
Yeah.
she could have.
Yeah, see, that would have done it.
She bit Daddy's neck.
God damn it.
She bit Daddy's neck, and then Francesco shot the head, and then shot Daddy, and Nagi fell.
I liked her glass
apart.
coffin. My God.
Yeah.
Right?
I know.
Impressive.
Very. Yeah.
What is the point of a glass
I'm gonna
coffin?
get a plexiglass
Just-
coffin.
You think it would as soon as the mud was on top of it.
It's then
Right?
pointless.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it was David Blaine or one of those guys that does all those things, and he got buried in a glass coffin,
Who's
and
the
it
other
caved
guy
in.
that does David Blaine
did,
shit?
yeah. There was another one. I don't know if it was Blaine or
Chris
some other guy,
Angel
but
or whatever.
one of those losers, and it broke. It was a glass coffin, and it caved in on him, and they had to like dig him out.
That'll teach you for faking magic.
Yeah, take him to the cemetery where Rupert Everett runs.
Side note, did you hear what Blaine just did? He flew over the Grand Canyon.
Oh, he did do that.
He did float. He did up, where he held on to a bunch of balloons.
I heard he was
Oh.
gonna do it, and he did it.
He did it. I think he got to some ungodly height and then jumped and skydived all the way down. Which,
He's
like, now it's just like...
did it.
Yeah.
I did it. I did it across. He's just always like
No
he
one
just
asked
smoked 10
you,
joints.
man.
That guy.
Yeah, he's super mellow for... It's like, I'm gonna hold my breath for 4 hours.
That'd be the only way I'd get
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah. This is
Goddamn.
true. Okay, so we've gone over killings, we've gone over cult, we've gone over story. Acting, we appreciate Rupert Everett's nailing of it. I mean, playing...
I love
playing-
every character.
Nagi was pretty good as well.
Nagi was good too, because I mean Nagi was all cue, right? Nagi
Yeah.
was all emotion. He wasn't verbal, right?
I love every character. I think they're all cast very well. I like his little buddy at his one friend
His one
who
friend.
works at that office with all the papers everywhere.
yeah,
That
yeah,
office gives me anxiety. Like, one T2 form or whatever the heck he wants. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
TPS report. Where's my TPS
Yeah.
report?
His one
That'd
friend.
be great.
That'd be if you could work Saturday
You could
and
just work on
Sunday.
Saturday. If you could just come in on Saturday.
Yeah, you got to duck out 10 minutes before 5.
My red stapler. But I want my red stapler.
Red swing line.
All in all, we're 15 minutes from showtime before we watch this lovely movie yet again.
Can't wait. Never thought I'd see Cemetery Man on a big screen.
Here we are.
Serious.
You're doing it, man.
You're doing
Yeah.
it, dude. This is all you.
A zombie. I'm upset I missed the zombie. Like, I play in a band called Zombie Assault, which is hilarious. And we always wanted to open with the zombie.
That's engraved in my brain.
Yeah, I
forever.
love that song. And then the drums are just. Yeah, my band was going to open with that. But
And then that like synth kicks in the background, and
well
it becomes
scored.
that like that reggae beat with it too. It was
yeah. I wanted
no,
to
the
see it on the
soundtrack
big
was good,
screen.
too. I am better for having, and I can only speak for myself, but I am better for having watched these last two movies than before meeting you, because I'm like, okay, I'll give other shit a chance. You know, that's just yeah. Hi, you've come back, Mom. What? In like 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Are you coming in to watch the movie then?
No, thought I'd just leave.
Yeah.
Why?
He's already seen it.
I'll be in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be in there. Mom, go talk to somebody who isn't podcasting, like my girlfriend. This is the most.
Who saw the
I feel like this
second half of the movie?
Yeah.
She saw the second half of the movie, so she's coming to see the first half and
Nice.
sold her friend Kelly on coming to see the whole entire thing. So
All in for a treat.
I know.
Yeah.
We all are again. But I think with the amount of chatter that I found online and with what we've just kind of uncovered here, it does get a cult approval.
Yeah,
by my
absolutely.
100%.
I think
Yeah.
because it challenged a genre and did something to stand out and create a following.
It's just something it's something different. Like it's I don't know. I'm glad I watched it. I'm happy I watched it, and I think other people should as well.
And you know the type of people that'll like this.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Who've never even heard of it.
Yes,
And
yeah.
you'll tell them, watch that, you'll like it. Like when I gave it to you on the weekend there, I was like, you're going to like it.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some everything I didn't like about it I still liked, but I
Yeah.
looked at it through I don't look at it through the rip this apart filter. I look at it through okay, what don't I like? But why don't I like it? And maybe can I like it for something else, right? Like we'll dig a little deep. But just back to your point, like before my mother just decided to come back in again. She said, I'm your mother. I can do whatever I want on your podcast.
My mom would too.
Yeah, no, it's a mother thing. So, fuck. But what I was saying was, having watched Zombie in this, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll take some oddball. Like, I'm glad that this is happening because it's exposing me to looking at other films that
You're jumping into my brain.
No, I am.
Stuff that I love.
I am. And how the fuck where's the back door?
Yeah. But I mean, you love Texas, man. I mean,
I'm a big fan. I'm very excited.
Yeah. So tell.
not
Yeah.
everyone can handle
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw.
Corey, tell us what's coming up. What's coming up
October
in the next
12th.
few weeks.
October 12th, Texas Chainsaw, and October 19th, we're going to do Army Darkness.
And what's coming up next?
Today?
No.
No,
What's
not
on-
Cemetery Man. After that,
Let's
there's
see.
one more
what's
for
at the end of the
September,
month?
right?
There's one more.
Oh shit, is there?
It's more than meets the eye.
Oh, Transformers. That's right. My childhood.
Transformers, the 80s animated classic.
And I personally haven't seen it in a long time.
Neither have I.
I'm saving it for the screen.
We can't. We need brush ups.
Yeah.
Yeah. We moms show up and we need to research. We're not that crazy, guys.
Just an excellent slate of movies coming up
Yes.
for sure.
It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guys. I mean, I the Transformers one, I know it's going to hit a lot of people in our age group in the fields that
Big
want to
time.
see it again. Yeah.
Big
yeah.
time.
Like we've just told who we're friends with and stuff like that, and they're like, "Really? That's playing somewhere?" I'm like, "Yes, it is."
See, that's
Like,
the funny
Where
thing
else
is,
would you see that
I was
in
telling you
theaters?
guys how with COVID and all this crap, how it's taken a while to get the crowds back to where they used to be.
yeah.
Transformers is doing okay. That one I think is going to sell out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
that
think-
one will.
Yeah, that one. And I mean, like, there's this too shall pass. And I said before we started recording, you don't have a thing to convince people to come to. You have a thing that people will eventually come back to when they're ready. Right?
When they're ready,
Because
yeah.
it's awesome and it's fun and it's interesting and you get
Well,
to hang out with like-minded
You're just-
people.
You're giving them movies that they can't say no to, man.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
mean, right before the pandemic, people were coming up to me, and I was working the door before Melinda was, and everyone would thank me like, "I love the movies you're showing. They're not movies you could watch on Netflix or anything
Anywhere.
like that." Yeah, and some people would look at my list for the year, and they would just write them down on their phone, and they would come to every movie I showed, even
Your
though they never seen
pre-COVID
them.
list is excellent. We were so excited.
Oh my God, dude.
Right on.
I was walking on sunshine. Like,
But I mean, things will get back to the way it was.
it will. It totally will.
and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. And
But I'm going to keep going in the meantime.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just keep doing these. Yep.
So for all of you who this might be your first episode by us ever, hopefully that's not the case. Mom's not on every show, and if it isn't, we do these every Monday night when Cory puts on a movie.
Yeah.
You can follow us on Instagram to find out when that is, so that you never have to worry about missing one. So follow us there for more Real Debaters fun. If you want to email the show, We love to talk to people. We're still waiting for that juicy email to come from somebody we don't know. No, that's not the case. I get a lot of emails. But, like, email me about the show. I don't want to get another podcast newsletter. Email me about the show. Give us an idea. We want to talk to Winnipeg people. We want to talk to Canadian people. We want to talk to any kind of people, actually, to tell you the truth. If you have an idea for the show or a recommendation, or you want to see something, or you want to see us play a game or whatever, we're down. We're down for the clown.
Yeah.
We're not gigolos. But Jimmy saved me here.
I am a gigolo.
Great. Great segue. Well, let's have another beer and let's go inside and watch this monstrosity.
Yeah.
I mean, classic piece of cinema. And laugh our heads off yet again.
Buy our
wait.
merch.
Buy our merch. Yes, skateboard maker's still on.
For the love of God, buy our
Hasn't-
skateboards.
Hasn't stopped. We got skateboards. Head to the website, thereeldebaters.podbean.com. Click on the prop shop, and there's 2 links there. The threadless link has the skateboards. It has the
Shirts,
tote
phone
bags.
cases, whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Something you want to put our cool logo on. We've probably got it, and if not, well,
Email us and tell us why we should have it.
yeah, there you go. Pretty
Do you
easy.
have grinders?
That's a great idea, Cory.
Yeah.
That's better than
Come on.
skateboards, Michael.
Fuck you.
Come on. People need to grind their pot before they watch the movie.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, Cory, thanks again.
My
for
pleasure.
Finally, well, I'm glad you made for the first episode.
Yeah.
That was, I was excited about that all last week. Thank you for lending us a copy of the DVD to
My
Thank
pleasure.
God.
watch.
You saved us, man.
Yeah. I was like, I think we're in over our head here, Jim.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't on YouTube, eh? I thought maybe I saw a link on YouTube, but
There's like 5.
But none of them
honestly.
work, or?
No, they're all trailers.
gotcha.
Yeah, they're all trailers. So I was like, can't really piece anything together on a trailer.
You know, when I pick my movies for the year, I pick about 20 and then I whittle it down. And my wife's always sitting over my shoulder. She's a horror fan too, and this is actually hers, to be honest. Yes. And
Thank you, Mrs. Thomas.
you know what? We got this in Calgary. We went to Calgary to meet. Their HorrorCon smashes ours.
Oh,
No way.
And that weekend, I met Bruce Campbell,
my
Danny
God.
Glover, George Romero right before he died. Bought this.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was crazy. Who else was there? The whole Lord of the Rings cast was there.
What
and
the fuck?
Yeah, it was nuts. It was like our Comic-Con is a pimple on the ass of the one out there. It was nuts. Yeah.
Holy shit.
I got a picture with Bruce Campbell, and I got to get his autograph. He signed a
my
book. Yeah, it was awesome. And
He
met
seems
George.
like the nicest man in the world.
He was rad. And you know what? Me and my wife were standing in the lineup to meet him. And his manager comes up to us and he's like, "You two look like you know what you're talking about." And I guess we were like the horror nerds in the lineup. And he could really pour us out. And
weird.
starts talking to us about all his plans Bruce has. And he's like, "Well, maybe we're looking for people to go with us for dinner." Like, yeah, we'll come. And then it didn't end up happening.
Oh.
But, yeah.
God damn,
Oh
he
my
just gets your
God.
hopes up.
Oh, I was,
Whoa.
hey, check out that guy's shirt. That's a sweet shirt.
Oh,
Tell him to come for.
Oh,
Tell him
it's
to come
Steve.
to- yeah.
that's Steve.
That is Steve.
That is Steve.
Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Steve was on last episode.
This guy knows his stuff too.
Yes, he did. We saw the T-shirt, and my buddy Mark was like, "Go get that guy." He knows,
Go
like,
get that.
he
We
looks
got
like
him out
he
of
would
the
like
theater to talk
about-
show, yeah.
Like I
talk
said
about
before, we
the
have
movie.
a cult following that comes to these movies. He's the diehard.
You know what? I think a cult movie fan is somebody like a pirate sees a pirate. You know, the age-old saying. Where, you know, like you can kind of see each other across the bar. you
Yeah.
know, across the bar, and it's the same thing with a cult movie fan. Like you just, like, when I sat down with you and met you the first
You
time,
can tell we're
I was
a couple
like,
dorks.
Yeah, kindred spirits.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
we're gonna meet in the middle somewhere on some weird cult movie.
Did
And-
Steve show you? He's like the Warriors fan.
No.
Oh, I love the Warriors.
They're remaking the Warriors, him and his group. And when we play the Warriors shirt once a year, it's him and his crew. They all show up in their Warriors gear.
Goddamn.
I'm not kidding. And they're remaking the movie. And they went to New York and hit all the same spots where the movie was made. And they're
Really?
recreating all the scenes.
And they didn't get murdered.
Nope.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
And Ajax, I think he got Ajax to do his wedding or something like that. You got to ask him
Holy
tonight.
shit.
Yeah, he is the biggest Warriors fan in the world. And we're going to show the Warriors again this year, too.
Well,
Please do.
And it sells out every
we'll be
time.
here.
People go gaga for that movie.
It's a great fucking movie. They were supposed to remake it on
you dig
Hulu.
it?
They were supposed to make it on Hulu, and that just ended up fizzling apart.
They were remaking
They
it?
were going to do a TV series. Yeah. I don't know if I'm here or there for it, but it was going to happen and ended up fizzling out or going into turnaround or whatever these things
Damn.
do.
You definitely got to talk to him about Warriors.
Well, he's going to be a fucking hood ornament on the day of that podcast,
Yeah.
let me tell
He
you.
wants to talk to us today about doing a Warriors screening too, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, love that. Everyone loves Warriors.
Guys, it's like 5 minutes to 8. Let's get this thing
All
going.
right.
Let's go
Let's
watch
do
the
this.
movie. Yeah.
Been a pleasure, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you again for making this all possible because we love doing this and it's a lot of fun.
Let's do more.
Oh, but don't talk.
We'll be back.
Don't talk dirty to me, ladies and gentlemen. I have been Michael Petrow. To my left is,
Cory Thomas.
and
Michael Petrow.
we're gone.
Cheers.